We're up and streaming. Let's confirm. Holy moly, this light is bright. Alright, stream is up. What's up, everyone? Let me just take this link, post it in a Discord right here. Everyone. Hello, boys. What up, Kex? Kex boys. How's it going, man? I'm just gonna do a quick message in Discord saying that we're streaming. What's a funny meme? Streaming again if you got portfolios, projects, etc. Bring them in. Alright. We're good, we're streaming. Are we live? Alright, we're good to go. So, point of this stream, like every other stream we've had on this channel, is to help out everyone who is not sure if their projects, their resumes, whatever they're applying to, if it's ready. What up, Kent? What up, Davey? How's it going, guys and girls? I get distracted so easily. I was trying to find music for the stream because last time, I don't know if you guys remember, every 2 seconds we're changing the song. They have really weird music on here. Alright, that looks fine. How's everyone doing? Tell us about your Roomba video. Oh, you want to know more about it? I don't know what to tell you. Ask questions and I can answer them. So, taking apart one of my laptops at the moment. How's your day? Ooh, that sounds like fun. My day's going pretty well. It's 2 o'clock and I haven't streamed yet. I meant to do it at like 12, but yeah, I didn't. But thanks for asking. Hope everyone's doing well in here. For the Roomba video, I don't know if you have any questions, but I think last stream we talked about future robots and stuff, and this morning I slightly started working on one where I was thinking like a way to make chat interactive to like my real life. So like, let's say you guys in chat, I don't know, like in Twitch you give bits, right? So when you watch ads you get bits, so like you don't actually have to spend money. So on Twitch you get bits, and let's say you get 100 bits and you can spend those bits on something. So let's say you spent them on a command called spray water, and there was like a thing here and it would spray water at me, right? And I built like this whole interactive stream with a bunch of different options, and you guys can control the stream. So like some people do where they play like a game like Mario or something like that, and then chat goes and controls the game. Like you'll jump out of nowhere and you'll ruin the game and make the person like lose. So I was thinking like, how do I do that but make it real life? So let's say like let's say you donated $1 and you typed tase, and then like a taser was under the desk and it would actually tase me. You know what I mean? I think that'd be hilarious and people would be into that. Did you like the attention, the comments it received? It seems like a fun creative video that must have been really fun for you to make. Yeah, I really like making that kind of stuff. Like I still don't know exactly. One second, let me lower this a bit. I still don't know exactly the things I like. Like, I enjoy making content, I enjoy making videos, but one thing I've always done in my life was build things. And making stuff like that Roomba, even though it's absolutely useless, I had so much fun making it. For those who don't know, I made a Roomba mod. I have it behind me here, I'll get it later. Where instead of cleaning the floor, the Roomba would leave dirt all over the floor. And for the video I made, I put dog treats inside it and I had it go around while my dog was chasing it. Hey man, first time here from Discord after seeing your post. Can you tell me about yourself? And for those who don't know what you do. Okay, so I'm gonna try and make it short. Let's say like 2-3 sentences. I worked on content myself. Josh was working on content himself. Josh and I work really well together because we just do, and I jumped on Grindreel with Josh, and now I create all the content that goes on Grindreel. I work on things like the courses on the Grindreel Academy. Uh, Recently, we actually worked on a video together for Josh's channel. It was one of his corporate cringe videos where we met in Austin together, and we actually made the video together. And yeah, slowly over time, I've been getting more and more involved with the content that Josh is making, and now it's like our content, I guess, on the Grindreel channel, like all the stream highlights and all that. I've done that stuff. A lot of people think I'm his employee, but it's really not like that, and it's never going to be like that. We say partners for the Grindreel channel. Of course, on his channel, that's all his. Even if I help him with something, that's all his. Here's my question. I graduated from college like 4 years ago. I haven't coded since then. Slowly trying to catch up on right things to avoid. In my 20s, what should I learn first to blow it? It depends what you want to do. You're saying the word code, so like code could be anything. It really depends what you go on to go into. If you want to go into web development and you want to, let's say, do full stack, I would say right now Vue is getting really big. I like keep my eye a lot all over the place, and I see Vue is getting really big. For backend stuff, I'm not sure if there's anything that's like the biggest, but I know everyone loves Node.js. I like Node.js, so maybe give that a try. It's one language across the board. You got JavaScript all over the place. I don't know what you learned in college 4 years ago. Maybe you remember some of that stuff. But let's say you learned C#, you could just continue with that. It really, and it depends what kind of programming you want to get into. Personally, I'm really enjoying C++ and embedded code. I don't know if it's considered embedded, but things like Arduino and using the Raspberry Pis and all that. Go will be more popular in Python too. Go is getting pretty big too. Yeah, it overheated a while back and died. Now I'm trying to figure out what I need to replace. Oof. I've seen a couple of really good videos on that. Like there's a guy, I wish I remembered his name because it was actually a really good video, but he buys like a lot of something. Let's say he buys like 20 Xboxes, right? And he knows they're all broken, but he doesn't know where and how. And he takes the risk that he can take some of the Xboxes and just take them for parts and fix some of the other Xboxes. So let's say he buys 20 Xboxes for $500, right? And he'll go and he'll take 10 of them and break them up for parts, and then he'll take the other 10 and put the parts that he got from the first 10 into the second 10. And now he's got 10 working Xboxes that he can sell for $100 each, let's say, right? And now he's made $500 on his initial $500. So he's doubled his money. You know what I mean? That's pretty cool. I saw him do it with like Nintendo Switches and stuff like that, and he shows you how they work. Maybe he can have some content that can help you. Can you read my GitHub account? Sure. Can you email it to the email? Actually, this email right here, I'm gonna put on the screen, and just put your YouTube name in there so I know it's you. Unless your email's the same as your YouTube name. What's up, Siberian? How's it going, man? I'm behind on chat. It's not a delay. I'm just slow. I'm making a video on top 5 code editors web dev. What's your top 5? I don't know. I just like VS Code. I started off programming on Atom, but as you add things to Atom, it gets really slow. Like really, really slow. Like noticeably, visually, you type things, it's slow. Like yeah, just bad. I'm gonna move chat over here so I'm not giving you guys my back. Seriously, I was actually studying Python these days. Python's good too. I don't think it matters as long as you understand what's going on. Hey, I emailed you? Okay. Oh, it's Ali again. Are you changing YouTube accounts every time? Oh man, that's bright. Yeah, let me read a bit more messages and then we'll go over this. Python is enough, it'll be number one. I don't think it matters what's number one, to be honest. I think it matters what in your area or the area you want to live in, what they use there. Like where I live, it's C#, Java, and pretty much that. Because it's all like college students that, like, it's a very, a lot of people here who work in the tech industry went to college. There's a lot of places in the world people are mixed and all like that. Like, I don't think anyone at my last job had anything under a bachelor's degree in computer science. Everyone here has a degree in tech, and then they go and work for tech. So here it's always college languages. But I know in Texas, for example, there seems to be a lot of Python. You know? I'll track him down. Yeah, just search up something like, I bought 20 Nintendo Switches and fixed them up, or something along the lines. I'll look for it later. I'm sure it's in my history. How do you go about finding and using an optimal way of learning? Oh, I made a video about this a long time ago. That's a great question, Bo. So, I wish I had like a saying or like a way to put it in words, but I was trying to explain it to you, or maybe even draw it out. If I could draw it out, it'd probably be best. Let me pull out the print, or sorry, the paint. I really don't know how to explain this properly, so I'm gonna try and draw it. Paint stream. I wish. Let me just be a full-time paint streamer. All right. Here. So, let's say this is how I did it when I first started programming. Okay, I don't know why I did it, but it was like the best decision ever. Where's our colors? We got colors down here. Okay, so let's say you today learned variables in JavaScript, right? Right? Crap, I already screwed it up. Undo. All right, so we got the days of the week or whatever, or the month, every month or whatever, okay? And this month I'm learning variables, right? Look at that beautiful R, right? Tomorrow I'm gonna learn loops, but I'm not just gonna work on loops. I'm gonna work on loops and variables. So I added one new thing, right? Now the next day I'm gonna work on conditionals. It's a C, okay? But I'm not just gonna work on conditionals. I'm gonna work on conditionals with loops inside of them. Okay, beautiful. And inside the loops, let's say I'll work with variables. And every day you add one thing onto that set. Think of it as like, what's the opposite of a drop set? Anyone know? It's the opposite of a drop set, pretty much. You start with your 5 pounds, and you're building up to 10 pounds, then you build up to 15 pounds, and when you're at 15 pounds, that 5 pounds that you did 2 days ago, you don't even think about it. It wasn't, and it's not as heavy as the 15 pounds you're holding it right now. And you just keep stacking this, and at one point you're gonna realize the list will be so big that you're like, holy crap. So I did this like every day until I was doing a course on learning JavaScript. That was like the first thing I ever did. Or before that I did like HTML and CSS, but I don't count that. So I did this. So I remember like I did it when I was learning Node.js. So like the first thing I wanted to learn was how to make an endpoint. Once I learned how to make an endpoint, the next day the goal was to make the different types of endpoints, right? So you have like the CRUD endpoints, and then you have a lot more after that. So I picked like CRUD. So like the first day was to make a create endpoint. Or no. The first day was a read endpoint. So it was a get, right? So that was it. That was like today's goal is to learn what this get endpoint means and then make a project with it. And then the next day was to do something with get and something else. And you just keep stacking on the skills. That's what worked for me. I don't know if that makes sense. It's regional. For example, I moved to Toronto from Frisco, and I've noticed that most companies here lack people who don't know how to operate Linux. Yeah, here where I live, it's not big. Linux isn't big. Okay. Corporate companies here stick to Windows and C#, and they go the full Microsoft way where they pay like a crap ton of money. Like, have you guys seen the prices for let me show you guys. The price. So I don't know how reliable this is. I know this is okay. So a Windows Server 2016 data center starts at $6,155. While Linux, I don't even think it has a cost. So intentionally, so that you could use C Sharp, intentionally paying $6,000. Yeah. Basically, when you have a course, Udemy, look ahead and plan when to learn what. When it came to Udemy courses, I only picked what I wanted. Like I don't like the Udemy projects. They were kind of boring for me. Like making like a web. Like there was one where it's like making a website for people who are looking to camp, and you have different campsites, and you can say how many spots are left in that campsite. Super like simple, but it was so boring to me. So like I just went and like picked part of it. Like, okay, how do you add things to a database and remove things from a database? I didn't know how to do that, so I bought a Udemy course. I learned how to do that, and then I took that code, Yelp Camp, Cold Steel. That's what it was. I don't remember exactly the details of the app, but yeah, Yelp Camp. That's one of them. So I didn't do the front end of the Yelp Camp. I literally took the back end out, and then I just worked on it on my own. Down to check out a project I've been working on? Sure. Just either email it to the email on the screen down this way, or if you can, post it in here. I don't think links are allowed in here. Cold Steel's one is outdated. Community Discord is really valuable. Oh yeah, dude. He makes a new one like every couple of months now. I want to do that project for real-time sharing stuff. If you want to do real-time sharing stuff, look at like any WebSocket videos on YouTube. Got the URL? Alright, try posting it in here and it might block you. And then if it does, put it in that email. I find Colt. Ooh, I'm waiting for the other half. What's the link to the Cold Steel Discord? I'm guessing if you buy a course, you get in it or something like that. Cold style teaching is boring. I agree. I don't like it either. But I don't know about you, Rivian, but personally, I don't want to build a boring project. You know what I mean? Like the fun projects, no one actually shows you how to build them because they're too busy building their fun project. So like you gotta like take the piece of the boring one, and then like take your idea and mesh them together. Andrew Meads is my go-to right now. I think the one person I liked, but just because I was laughing at him because he was a bit cringy, was 1 second, let me change this. What the hell? So yes, I think the one person who was cringy, but I would still watch his tutorials was Mosh Hamidani. He made like a 7-hour Python YouTube video that blew every Python course out of the water. He makes some good stuff. Email sent? Okay. Wait, so we got two things. Let's get a couple things and then we can actually go through them. Alright. You sent it to that email? I have a feeling it's in the spam folder. We get so many emails. So every time Josh makes a video, people email this email with questions, comments, whatever. And it blows up. Oh, you sent it to my personal one? Okay. Gmail won't even open right now. Let me switch back to this. Oh, I see it. Project to check out. Let me open this up. Festivus. Ooh. Okay. Anyone else got anything they want to get reviewed? We could just like get a list of them and we could just go through them. Your thoughts on Linux administration? Is that a dying field? I honestly don't know much about it. The future about what about DevOps in the future? From my personal experience working with people who do DevOps or doing some of the things myself, I think it's an important job, but personally the way that they were dealing with it, let's say at one of my jobs, I didn't like it. Like the people who did the DevOps were the people that they would call at like 4 in the morning on a Wednesday when the servers like something happened, like a hiccup. They'd call those people and they'd come into work. So like multiple times, like we'd come in on a Monday morning and they'd be like, everyone clap your hands together for Jean-Francois, like a French name, who came in on the weekend and fixed the servers, something like that. And it was like, I wouldn't want to be that guy. Especially when there's a developer sitting in front of him who probably makes like double what he does for the same amount of work or less. Is Tronix Fix the guy you were talking about? Let's check it out. It sounds familiar. Tronix Fix. DevOps is just painful. Yeah, I think it's a. Is this the guy? This might be him. I think this is him. I have to find the Switch video. Yeah, I think this is this guy. So he buys a bunch of hardware. Here, I'll show you guys. I'm not trying to free promo him, but he's already got so many subscribers. So this guy buys like a shit ton of a device, takes apart, let's say, half of them for parts, and then uses those parts to fix the other half, and then sells them. Or probably doesn't sell them, but he shows how you can, like, this guy shows a real good hustle for those people who are interested in electronics or maybe in college for electrical engineering, who want just enjoy this kind of things. This is a pretty cool hustle, and it seems to work really well. Like, I'm sure now this guy would have been making a crap load of money. Like, imagine if you had like 30 switches that worked that you could sell for like half the price of a new one, let's say, right? And all the people sitting at home while they're quarantined. Hey, see, he buys. I paid $1,359 for 8 broken Samsung phones, and I'm sure he could make that money back. Yeah, I brought 23 broken Nintendo Switches. I'm pretty sure it's this guy. Pretty cool stuff. All right. Let me catch up. In my experience, no. If you're annoyed at disorganization. Wait, what? In my experience, no. If you're at all annoyed at disorganization, you'll hate it. For DevOps, yeah. Oh, for Linux administration. Okay, so there's the possible answer for you, Blue Dream. I don't know much about Linux administration. I don't know much about system administration when it comes to as a job. DevOps I know because I literally sat next to a DevOps guy all day and just watched him do things like work in Terraform. I think that's what it's called, Terraform and stuff like that. And it didn't look like fun. Like, all day this dude was writing like 3 different languages. Like, he was jumping between Java and C# and a bunch of different languages, just setting up these servers. They had like this really weird system at this company where they had 3 types of databases, each one with different speeds. And the faster ones would hold less data, and obviously the slower ones would hold more. Kind of like an SSD versus a hard drive and RAM. And they would use them for different situations, and this dude was managing all 3. And then he had like multiple servers with multiple copies of them. It didn't seem like fun. Maybe he enjoyed it, I don't know. So to understand it more clearly on something like Pluralsight course, you would plan out when to learn what. What I do is I'm like, okay, I want to make a website for my game stats for League. What do I need to learn to do that? And then I go and I try and figure out the steps to make that. So I'm like, okay, what I have to do web development. What the hell is web development? Okay, it consists of front end and back end. I don't really know what those are, but we need to learn those. What do you do to learn front end? Okay, so you need to learn JavaScript and HTML and CSS. Oh, okay. What do you need to learn for back end? Oh, and then figure it out from there. That's literally how I started. And then from there, I learned more and more. And like at first, I was trying to learn C++ because I thought that was a web language, just to figure out that it's not. Like, you'll make mistakes and you'll learn from them. I worked for a 15-year-old company that was still disorganized as a new startup. We didn't even have an HR department. The company I worked at, a bit more than 10 years old, was pulling in over 100 million a year, or that year that I joined. And their whole tech department was just like, so they started as 4 people, and then at the time they were like 100 developers. And their whole code base was, technical debt, like full of technical debt. But they didn't want to fix it, so they just went deeper and deeper down the hole. Like, they had a code guide and like a style guide and all those kind of guides. And in the code guide, multiple times in red bold, they said, do not touch checkout.js. It was written in like Backbone, even though we were using React. and it was like the one file that dealt with like the most important thing, which was the checkout, people swiping their credit cards. Like the reason the business was running was because of this file, right? And if this file breaks, the business could just die. So this was like a really old file that they wrote way back in the day. It was absolutely garbage, no comments, no organization, but no one was allowed to touch it. That's how bad it was. They had like a file locked down. It was like years behind on everything that we were updating. Like we're turning all the backbone into React, but this was like one file that they're just like, never touch this. And I don't think they will until the day the company dies. Terraform, OpenShift. Okay, so I know Terraform, I know Ansible, Kubernetes, Docker. Never heard of OpenShift, or mainly the tools used. Yeah, Terraform was the one they used, and Ansible. We had Docker set up, but can you review GitHub? Yeah, we're gonna do the review soon, but just answering comments, just talking to chat, hanging out. Have you guys ever watched like any of the YouTubers out there who make hardware content, like hardware content? Is that what you would call it? Like they get Arduinos. Let me pull it up. I have like a whole mess here. They get Arduinos, which are these like little computer chips, and they build things. Everything from alarm clocks to machines that will torture you. So I've been making some of that content now on my channel, my personal one. And I'm not sure what I want to do for my next idea. Right now I was thinking, I said earlier, about something where Twitch chat or YouTube chat can control my stream, but not electronically, but physically. So an example is there's this thing called Twitch Plays. It's an app that you run with the game that you play. And when Twitch chat donates $1, let's say, or you can make it free, and they type !W, it presses W on your keyboard and makes your character move forward. And then as you're playing the game, people can sabotage your game, or they can play it themselves. So I'm trying to think of how can I make it a hardware thing. It's not hard to make it, but like what would I do? Like would I have like a water gun that sprays in my face? Would I have a taser under my desk? I was thinking like maybe like a camera and a dog treat machine, and just like every time you donate $1 or every time you like subscribe to the channel, it gives a dog a treat or something. Like there's so many ideas. Is Twitch Plays Pokemon still going? I don't think it really was ever going. I think people just tried it and they're like, oh, this is cool, but I don't care, and then they stopped using it. Don't do a water gun unless you want your house flooded. I'd probably have to like put it behind like $1 donation so that people who want to spam it don't do it. A taser, oh my god, yeah, dude, I would do a TENS unit. I don't know if you guys know what a TENS unit is, but it's a muscle stimulation. So you put like a pad. Let's say you want to activate your bicep, so you put a pad on the two ends of the bicep, and electricity flows through from one side to another, and when it does, it causes the muscle to contract. So let's say like I have that set up and I'm playing a game and someone activates it, and I just like my hand pulls off at the keyboard right when I need to clutch or something like that. Or let's say I'm typing or something like that, and one of you guys just like pulls my hand off the keyboard or something. Like that could be so funny. You just like a full sabotage setup, like water guns, taser, maybe like a speaker that you can like make a sound play at me, someone screaming. I don't know. There's so many ideas to do with that. I just don't know where to start. Can you use Arduino or Raspberry Pi to load HTML files, which include onto a desktop TV? Yeah, of course. Well, Arduino, no, I don't think so. Arduino is very basic. So I like to think of it as an Arduino as a very dumb version of a Raspberry Pi. So Raspberry Pi is like your actual computer. Like you can run Linux on it. I think you can run Windows on it. And then Arduino is a microcontroller. It's a very stupid version of that. Like with Arduino, I can probably drive like an LCD screen, but I don't think I can make it run like a full OS, and I don't think I could go on Chrome. I might be wrong, but at least not on these. These are pretty weak, but they're small. They're really small. Like if you don't believe me, look at the size of the box. Get out of there. I mean, like, look at the size of that. That's my hand. And so I just put a bunch of pins in here, and I can control a bunch of things. And that's how it would work. How are you? I'm great. Thanks for asking. How are you doing, Drizzy? Or sorry, Driz. Welcome to the stream. We're gonna do some reviews in a second. Where do I send my portfolio? There's an email on the bottom of the screen here that you can send it to, or you can send it to my personal one, which is mike@grindreel.com, and just put your YouTube name there. So say like this is the quality dev. And for now we got two things to review. So let's do those. If you guys got any robot ideas, by the way, tell me. I have so many ideas written down now, and I'm just trying to build the list. I think that'd be a good next project, though. Something where the chat can control the stream. I just don't know. Like, if I was to do something like a water gun or something like that, I'd probably have to have some kind of air compressor spraying the water, or some kind of electric motor. If you got $1 for every question that has already been asked, how rich would you be? No, I wouldn't be rich. I don't know. We got 27 viewers in here. It's a lot of people, but can you imagine like Twitch streamers who have like 10k people? Meanwhile, I'm over here still trying to figure out React. I'm gonna be full honest with you, Anthony. This electronic stuff is really not that complicated. Like, you want me to show you the code from my latest video? Arduino IDE. It's literally the most simple thing in the world. Everyone wants to pretend like it's really complicated, but it's not. Like, it's so simple. It's just using the logic in your head and putting it out into code. And then the mechanical things are more complicated, to be honest. At least the stuff I've been doing. Like, look at that. Let me move my face. You tell it, where's my mouse? You tell it include the servo library. You tell it where the servo is being plugged in. Then you give the servo power and you do all those stuff on the actual device. And then I tell the servo it's starting at position 0. And whenever this loop function is being called, it's going to rotate 360 degrees. The problem is I didn't pick the right servo. I picked one that can only do like 120 degrees or something like that. So this got screwed up. But yeah, it's really not that complicated. Of course, if you want to start doing like graphics, it gets more complicated, but yeah. The hardest part is designing the circuit. Exactly. That's actually the hardest part. Mike, Twitch streamers earn from streams, but YouTubers wait. Mike, Twitch streamers earn from streams, but YouTubers from videos. That's why Twitch people have 10k. People don't go onto YouTube to check streams. People go onto Twitch to check streams only. YouTube has both. That's why, like, if Josh streams, none of you know unless you get the notification in Discord or on YouTube. Or you happen to go on his channel and you're watching a video and it's recommended in the bottom corner. When you're on Twitch, the only thing you see is the stream. It's a total different platform. I think people on Twitch will make more money while they work, but they have to work to make money. Does that make sense? So, like, a lot of these streamers have to stream like 10 hours a day, but they make a shit ton of money. But the second they stop streaming, it's over. While people on YouTube can spend half a day or 2 days or 3 days, make a video, take a 3-day break, go back to it. Josh makes a video every day, but I don't think he spends 14 hours a day making the video. He'll spend 3-5 hours, let's say, making the video, and then he'll go and work on something else. He's not locked into that he has to stream. But yeah, the guys at the top of Twitch make an obnoxious amount of money. Someone showed they woke up, their stream wasn't even live, and they made a couple $1,000s. People were donating while the stream was down. Twitch streamers make more per view as well. Well, they can run ads, but the ads don't do much. It's really it comes down to donations and subs. And ever since Amazon, what's it called? Twitch Prime. Yeah, Amazon and Twitch. Ever since Amazon and Twitch partnered, and they put out Twitch Prime, which is a free way of subscribing to someone. And when you subscribe to someone, you give them $5, I think, and then Twitch takes half. So now all these streamers are trying to target people who don't want to spend their money but have a free Twitch Prime account. It's really interesting to watch how they do all these things. Anyways, let's quickly look through some things here. I'm gonna change the song. YouTube memberships too are a good way. Yeah, but you only get YouTube memberships until you have like 50k subs or 100k subs, and it's not the same. Like, the culture on Twitch and subscribing to someone is very different than YouTube, if you know what I mean. It's the same thing as the reason that you don't go for YouTube. You don't go to YouTube to watch streams. It's because you don't go to YouTube to subscribe to someone with money. You go to subscribe to them with free, and then you get the content for free. Where on Twitch, you go to someone, you watch their content, and you're like, that's cool, and you press subscribe, and it sends them $5 or whatever. I don't know. It's just the way things have worked for the past couple of years that people know already what to do. Like, I don't think people open up channels and go to the join button right away. I think they have to get like a personal connection with the content creator, and then they're like, wow, I'll support them, and they do the join button. It's different. I'm not sure how to put it into words. You sent it? Okay. Is it from Christian? Is that you, Quality Dev? Are you Christian? No. Are you? Oh no, Christian Martin. That's okay. You sent in. You sent in a website and a GitHub. I don't know if that's for me or for Josh, because you sent it to the main email. And I'm gonna go on the side here and open up. That's for me? Okay. What is Grammarly Academy for? Grammarly Academy was to make some kind of, to monetize the things we teach. So we're going to make courses and sell them for what we think is a fair price for both sides. And the courses will be a lot more in depth, a lot more organized. Like, we make videos here and there about certain things, but we don't make a dedicated course. There's a couple things though. We didn't want to just like make a bunch of courses and sell out there. And we didn't feel like the audience we have right now is what we would want to market to. Like, Josh is still building up his entrepreneurial audience. He still has a very large like programmer audience, and Josh doesn't want to make programmer courses, and neither do I. There's programming courses because, yeah, this doesn't interest us. But like, I'd love to teach people how to like use their camera and stuff. So like, we have to build that audience, and then we could be like, all right, so here's an in-depth course we made that's 100 hours worth of content or something like that. You know? A viewer asked Josh for one of the Grammarly Academy courses, and Josh told him to send in an email. Right now, Grammarly Academy isn't very active. Other than we have like free courses on there, which are good, and I'd recommend checking them out. We have like one where we teach people about how to use the Chrome DevTools. So like, if you wanted to check if your website actually worked well, you can audit it in the Chrome DevTools. How to edit your HTML in there, how to edit your CSS, very, very basic things, but some people don't know these things, so we teach them there. I made a course on ngrok, which is a way of tunneling your local host to the internet. So if you want to have someone test it, or you want to test it without having to be on your local machine. And then, I don't remember, to be honest, what the other ones were. I've personally seen people make 5 to 6K on YouTube streaming live gameplays. They get supercharged every 1-2 minutes, plus by the end of the stream, they'll end up with 1 million views. That's crazy. That's a lot of money. How many people are there on YouTube that can do that versus Twitch? It's all fun and games till you get shocked by current. I don't know. It's a tens unit. It's not going to kill you. That's okay. So the dangerous things about shocking yourself is where the current is passing through. Like, the reason people die when you see like someone sticking a knife in a wall plug is because they're using like one hand and it's going through all the way through their body, through their heart, and then goes out to the other hand. That's when it's dangerous, because when you're shocking a muscle, it contracts. It makes it spaz, but it makes it contract. Now imagine doing that to your heart. That's why when people are dying, they have those things where they go like charge and they shock them. And where do they shock them? They shock them on your right pecs and on the bottom of your left pecs, right where it goes through the heart, and it shocks it, and you try and reboot it. But the opposite of that is turning off the heart, which is why people die when they stick a knife in the wall plug. So only use one hand and wear rubber boots and don't touch any. Well, electricity has to go somewhere, and it's gonna try and reach a ground. So either the ground is the, so you know how there's a red and black cable? The power comes in the red cable, goes out through the black cable. So it tries to find a ground. That's why, like, have you ever seen like electricity just like zap in the air until it finds a spot and then it locks onto it? I don't know. I don't know what the term is for that. But yeah, electricity is dangerous, but fun, but dangerous. It's like fire. Just send mine. My name's in the subject line. All right, let me open it up and then we can get started. The quality depth portfolio. Okay, let me open this up. Can you guys see my dog growling? There must be a squirrel outside or something. All right, Christian, which one would you want me to review, or both? Let me open both. All right, let's get started on this stuff. You skipped GitHub? No, I didn't review anything. It's all there. Don't worry. I checked Enrock. It was cool, but is there any way to access the old courses? All the courses that are finished are accessible. Anything that's on there that hasn't been finished is locked. Path of least resistance, exactly. That's what it's called. But also path to the ground, because it wants to continue. Electricity is fun. Electro Boom says, what up? What advice would you give people starting on YouTube channels? What would be a good start to the journey, even 1K subs on YouTube? I think with YouTube, so like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not sitting here with 100 million subscribers, right? But everything I've learned up to now is thumbnails are important, and the first minute of your YouTube video is important. Everything else will follow. Like, if you want comments, you want likes, all that, you gotta make those two things really well. Like, I've made some videos that the starting was really good, but the ending wasn't, and it somehow got people to continue. Like, okay, the goal is to have a video that's good across the board. But if the start of your video is bad and the ending of your video is really good, like if you have something really good and you want to keep it for the end, think about keeping it for the end. Like, will people actually reach the end? You know what I mean? Same thing with your thumbnails. You might have a really good video, but if your thumbnail's bad, people aren't going to click on that video. People are going to watch that video, and now that really good video that you put a bunch of hours into is just going to disappear into the internet. My headphones are freaking out right now. What the hell? It's like static noise on the right side. Click the sun up in the right mount. Okay. I'm going to start with Ali's thing, just because he asked, or he sent it in first. Electricity follows the path of least resistance to the ground. Yeah, okay, that's what I meant. So if the path is through you, you're not in for a good time. Exactly. That's what's the dangerous and scary thing about electricity. I'll do an example. I'm going to plug myself here. I'm going to do an example on my own channel. I'm going to stream tomorrow on it. Tomorrow about the same time, probably 1 p.m. I'm posting in chat here. I'm going to be streaming me maybe building something and then teaching you guys how to do it. And I have actually, like, I guess it would be like a barbecue starter. So when you put a gas into your barbecue and you press a button and you hear like tuck 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 tuck, what's actually happening is it's rubbing like friction pads together and actually making electricity. And then when it does that, the spark that's created, or the electricity that's created, lights up the gas, and your barbecue starts on. So I actually have one of those, and I can show you guys on stream what it's like, and I can put it like I can make it shock through my finger and stuff. That's how Static Shock was born. Nah, dude. You ever like walk on a carpet and then like touch a door handle and it scares the crap out of you? Because you just don't expect it. Just like what Josh said, you can have an awesome product, but without a good market. Yeah, marketing is like, yeah, it's just okay. Someone with good skills can sell garbage, but someone with garbage skills can't sell gold. Don't quote me there. I know some guy who BS's all his marketing. Yeah, I mean, Facebook, like, okay, so there's this trend. It's still going on, but it's not as strong as it used to be, I think, where like Tai Lopez made that course where he teaches you how to become a self-employed entrepreneur that you can now work from home. You know Tai Lopez, the guy with the Lamborghini in the garage, became a huge meme on the internet. So a lot of these guys made courses where the whole idea, so like even though they teach you things, a lot of these courses are like, you buy it, they get your money, and they don't care about you returning. They just got your initial money and that's it. They don't care. They give you like a piece of crap course and they got their money and they're happy and they leave, right? Like some people want to make really good content and really good value and they want you to come back, right? That's usually the idea of business. You make something and you want people to come back, whether it's for repairs, so you sell a laptop and people come and bring back the laptop for repairs, or they come back for another laptop in 2 years, right? You want returning customers. These guys, they don't care about returning customers. They just want to sell by the millions and they want to dip. I've seen this happen IRL. Like there was a gym not far from me where they were giving a crazy deal where instead of $80 a month, it was $10 a month. That's amazing, right? Wouldn't you want to do that? Wouldn't you want to spend $120 and get a full gym membership? This was like, you got pool included, you got sauna, you get the whole 9 yards. They got a bunch of people to sign up. They did like a shotgun sign up. Everyone came in like 2 days and signed up, like a bunch of people. And then they declared bankruptcy. Where's your money now? Doesn't matter. They declared bankruptcy. They're gone. And then so right before they did it in my area, I saw the deal and I was like, that's crazy. Like why? And one of my family members who works in the business industry recognized the girl. And anyways, like they got caught for it, but yeah, companies do that. People do that. And it's funny because like those people can get away with declaring bankruptcy, but like students with student loans can't. Anyways, we went on a bit of a tangent here. Selling shovels for a gold rush. I don't think selling shovels is the problem. But I think selling a fork to eat soup would be the problem. You know what I mean? Selling something that is absolutely useless for something that you're saying it's useful for. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think these people on Instagram who are taking steroids and modeling and taking pictures and being like, you could be like me, I don't think they're the problem. I think the problem is when they don't admit they're taking performance enhancing drugs and they try and sell like their pre-workout that's literally like caffeine with flavoring, and saying that if you buy their pre-workout, you're now going to be a 300-pound alpha male that can lift a truck, right? That's the dark side of limited liability. Exactly. People take advantage of it, right? It's loopholes. You can't blame them. But they're doing it at the cost of a bunch of other people. Hey, more useless. But yeah, that's a big example for me. Like people on Instagram who a lot of these models, the girls and guys have like 15-year-old fans, and they're always selling these supplements and people are buying them like crazy thinking they're going to get like them, but they're not, because they're performance enhancing drugs. And that's not a problem. It's just admit the truth. We talked about this last time, how like IFBB pros, which was like a bodybuilding competition, they have to, or they don't test for stuff. Mike, do you like to review GitHub account? What do you mean? What do you mean do I like? I'm going to be doing it. It's just chat's going right now, so I'm keeping it going. If you're enjoying the stream, maybe give it a like before you head out, if you are going to head out. We got a dislike, so we gotta get enough likes so dislike doesn't matter. Marketing and sales code. Code is cool and fun and stuff, but it doesn't matter if you can't have marketing and sales, right? I just bought a Lamborghini, but I don't have my driver's license. Right? That's the equivalent of it. No, I didn't actually buy a Lambo. I'm saying... Okay, nice troll. I'm saying being able to make things is really cool, but without being able to sell them, it's not very useful. Owning a Lamborghini is cool. You can go sit in it. You can drive it around. Or sorry, owning a Lamborghini without a license is like you go and sit in it. You breathe the new car smell. You get to play with the keys a bit. You get to lock it, unlock it. You know, do all that. But you can't actually drive the car. You can't enjoy the car. You work on something really hard. You want to enjoy what comes back from that, which is, it makes you happy. But for you to keep working on that thing, you need to afford, you need to pay bills and things, and that's where the money comes in. So being able to sell that product will buy you the freedom that you can keep working on that thing. Like, you ever see the people on like Shark Tank who make these really cool products, but they're like in a huge amount of debt, and if they don't sell it, they're gonna go like bankrupt. You should buy a Lambo when you get your license. What? I'm trolling if you haven't realized. Anyways, let's do these reviews. So we're gonna go into Karen mode here. We're gonna turn on the HR glasses. Press the little button here, and I'm gonna pretend like I'm reviewing, or I'm just checking out your GitHub, right? Only thing I'm gonna be checking for is red flags. I'm not gonna be like, you made a spelling mistake or this doesn't look good. I'm just gonna look for red flags. You got your apps here. I'm not gonna go through your apps. Make sure these are apps that each one you're okay with people seeing. Like, if this is at the bottom here and you don't want people looking at it, get rid of it. That's really important. A lot of people care about this graph. I really don't. It doesn't matter. It's just about checking that it's clean. Let's say I decide I want to open this project. See, so this is great. So I kind of check this project. Arduino smoke danger device. I don't know what that is. Okay, let's pretend I don't know what this is. A device using smoke and heart sensor to detect harmful air quality outside or helping an individual quit smoking. That's awesome. I want to learn more about it. I don't know code. I'm not going to go through your code because I'm an HR manager or whatever. But I want to learn more about it. Okay, so for your sophomore grade level project, you create a device. That's awesome. Repository components. This is great. I don't know if you want to reorder this. Personally, I would put the picture at the top. CEO of the pet rock company is a millionaire. Yeah. It's it's like selling stupid products to stupid people, even though the people are just uneducated about the thing, and they're just like now. I think Josh has said this before, that a lot of people are going to be marketing towards the coronavirus, and they're going to try and leverage it. I know a couple platforms stopped or block advertisements that are using this whole pandemic as a leverage point, like saying, are you bankrupt? Maybe you need to get a better job, so use our job searching platform, right? Or sorry, did you get fired because of the pandemic? And they market based off of their product. They say, here's a replacement for your toilet paper that costs half the price or something like that. They're using it to leverage. I can't think of an example off the top of my head. I've gotten like a million ads for face masks from fashion company. Yes, that's a perfect one, right? Our local grocery store did promotions on Corona beer. I saw a great meme where it was like, Corona has rebranded to avoid association with the coronavirus, and it's an Ebola beer. Instead of Corona beer, it's an Ebola beer. Oh, dude, this is exactly the kind of code I work with. This is really cool. Now you just gotta wait. Now you gotta make this smaller, and then you can make it an actual product. This is really cool. So you got, what is this? Smoke detector, LEDs, and Arduino Uno. Maybe you can get a Zero. You know the Arduino Zero? It's like a tiny, tiny, tiny version of it. I feel slightly bad for laughing at it. Why? It's just like a funny. It's not making fun of anything, or. I mean, you could have used like any other word. It's just, it worked really well. I don't think that was a not safe for work joke, but maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, Ali, if you could make all your projects like this, I'm not going to go through all of them right now, but if you make all your projects like this is really great. I don't know. What do you guys think in chat? Like, if you were to open up this project and you wanted to learn about it without looking through the code, I think you would know everything you need to know about it, right? He's got code examples and he explains them. He's got a picture showing the actual device. He even tells you how to use it. Or, sorry, he tells you what the device does, and then he tells you how to get the code. He talks a little bit in detail about what he uses to write the code. And then he even explains the context that it's a school project. Right? The README is perfect. That's what I do. So if it's like a web app, I'll give like the feature list. That's usually what I do. I'll give the feature list. I'll be like, here's all the features we planned ahead of time, and here's the features we finished, and here's what we got done, and here's our future features or anything like that. Sometimes I'll leave an email at the bottom and be like, if you have any questions or the site's not working for you, feel free to email us. Most likely I'm not going to answer that email, but it's always nice to have that, you know. That README is great, really good. I agree. If all projects were like this, I think things would go a lot easier for a lot of people. When your README is empty, it's just like, what the hell is this? Other than a title. Like, his title is great. Arduino Smoke Danger Device. I know exactly what it does according to the title. But if it's called, like, you know, some Silicon Valley name where it has .ai at the end, boomer.ai, what does that app do, right? Stealing this is an example from my READMEs. Yeah, this is pretty good. I think I would just reorder it, personally. I'd put the picture at the top, just because I want to see what the hell this thing looks like, right? So I'd put that right at the top. And then I'd explain the context. Then I would say what the device does. So I would do picture, about project, what the device does, implementation, repository contents, and then contributing. Contributing would be at the bottom. Yeah. That's cool though. I can actually probably make that. I have like a box right here on stream because like I said, I'm gonna work on that Twitch project. See this? It's not focused. See all the sensors and stuff? We got, what is this? We got IR sensors, we got LEDs, we got humidity sensors, we got sound sensors, we got a joystick, like an Xbox controller joystick, knobs and stuff. I don't know. Yeah, everything you need. You can make some cool stuff with that. That's literally what like I bought this and I'm like, what can I make with each sensor, and then make a video out of that. Humidity sensor sounds fancy. Honestly, most of this stuff is like really easy, like two, 3 lines of code. Like a lot of this stuff is insanely easy. Like humidity sensor, the way it works. Here, let me actually like see if I can focus it. See that? So I'm pretty sure inside it has a water sensor, and it just captures the water in the air and then reports back to you. That's what it looks like. But yeah, it's super simple. You have 3 pins usually. You have a power pin, a VCC, or there's other names for it, but a signal pin, and then you have a ground pin, right? Because electricity starts at one point and then goes to another. So electricity goes in and powers the device, then electricity goes out when it's done. And then with the signal wire, that's where your information comes out. So the levels of humidity or however it works. So 3 cables. And then usually what you could do is have something like a breadboard, which is just like a giant board with a bunch of holes in it. And you can put like 1 power pin in one of the holes, and the whole row will now have power. So now using 1 cable, you can power like 20 devices. Instead of having to have 20 power cables going to 20 different power pins. Just like an extension cord you would use for the wall. So stuff is really cool. See, like, this stuff gets me way more hyped than like doing web development. I get it. Some people love the web development, but I'd much rather like spend all day in like a shop cutting wood with saws, you know, bending metal, building stupid robots. Like, one thing I'd love to do once it gets hot outside is take like a scooter or a bicycle and put like a huge motor on it, like something dumb, you know, and just seeing like how fast I could go with it. But right now, going outside is a bit of an issue, obviously. All right, let's look at this. Festivus. It's an app from who sent this in? I think this was Bo, right? No, sorry, this was Andrew Patterson. Sorry if I took so long for your review, Andrew, if you're still here. Alright. Login with Spotify. Do I do it, guys? Do I dox my Spotify? Okay, let's do it. For you, Andrew. Alright, let's see. Your email. That's fine. You can have my data. Okay. What am I supposed to do? What do I search? An area? So, a couple things. Can you give me an area? So, okay. In here, instead of saying Manchester TN, maybe say enter your location, or enter your state, or enter your province, or whatever. And then for all these, like, if I don't know what room service is, if I don't know what that festival is, or if I don't know what Beach Life Festival is, I might not... Oh, it says Los Angeles. I'm blind. Scratch that. Never mind. Maybe make this a bit more big. Like, the font for the items are smaller than the actual font of the Los Angeles. Like, I didn't even see it. My eye skipped over it. I use the Songkick search API, so it's a little wonky. It seems to work fine. If I click on it, what do I get? Ooh. This is awesome. Okay. I could filter. Oh, crap. Where's the metal? That's what I want. What kind of music do you guys listen to? I'm a metal guy. Okay, I don't know what... Let's just click on this. Live is not playing near you. Okay. So, let me start from the scratch. Let me understand this app. I'm a bit confused. Is there... So, maybe when you open the app and you go to the home page, is it just home? Okay, so a couple things. When there's nothing in the title and it's just slash, make that the home page. Make that the important page, the page you want people to start on. So if this is it, then maybe explain to me what Festivus is. I don't know what it is. I don't really know what to do. Maybe you can have a little description or a line or something that says like, search your location for upcoming festivals, and then you can make a search bar with a bunch of different details, like search by type of music, search by radius. So let's say I choose Montreal, Canada, but I put a radius of 1,000 miles. So give me, festivals in New York or something, if I'm willing to drive across to New York. Maybe that could be cool. You'd probably be into Cycle Las Vegas. I'm not really a big festival concert guy, personally. I never really go to any. We have a bunch of out here in Canada, like a lot, and it's just not interesting for me. People who have festival depression afterwards, is that a real thing? Or is that just hungover? Another way of saying hungover. Oh, you have to postpone. That's cool. Okay, so I'm guessing... Do you get location from the festival? Like, okay, so here's how I would do it. Here's the information I'd put in each one of these cards. I'd put name of the festival, date of the festival, location of the festival, and I guess you could put the performers. And maybe if you hover over, I don't know if you get the data for the performers, but maybe if you hover over the word performers, you can get like a little modal that pops up, like right under my mouse, and shows like the list of performers or anything like that. That could be cool, without having to like open it up and dig into it. You have some information up front, so I don't have to like go here. That's cool. You have a loading message. That's important. Not a lot of people do that. All right, so let's say I want Miley Cyrus. What happens when I click on her? Okay, so here it shows me if there's any. So I'm guessing this is still a work in progress, but this page right here, where it says like Miley Cyrus on tour, locations and all that, maybe you can remake that and just keep me on your site. Don't redirect me. if you can. If you just wanted to show that you can work with an API, this is more than fine. A couple things that I would say, like the only like real criticism I would give is the information you're showing me and the design of the website. Look into color theory, maybe see what kind of colors work with what kind of colors. I think I showed this last time. I'll show you again. This website I like to use called Coolor, so COOLOR.co. What is this? It's coolors.co. COOLORS.co. I'll put it in chat. And but generate the playlist. Okay, I'm gonna go back. So like with this website, you can generate color palettes. It works really well for me when I was doing so. So like I like black, so I'm gonna lock in black, press space, and I'm gonna find my theme. I like this blue, so I'm gonna keep that. I think this complements it well, so I'm gonna do that. And we need a bright color. Do that. We need one bright color. Ooh, go back. Boom. Now I have my color theme. You got that color palette from Coolors? Okay, so I think the colors don't work, personally. Like the black, it's not a black navbar, it's like dark green it looks like. Yeah, it's not black, it's like this dark green. It feels like my monitor is broken, because it's almost black. People into festivals are really into colors. Yeah, I would look, you know what I love doing? I kind of get lost in this sometimes, but I go into Dribbble, which is like a designer website. And then, can we do a search? Festival. Whoops. Ooh, I kind of like that. That could be a color theme. Let's search up websites of design. Yeah, so maybe not festival, but party. You know, you can go here and look for some really cool designs. These are most of the time just like mock-ups, but you can use this as inspiration, like the type of font they use, the way they position everything on the screen. Some of these are really complicated, so don't take everything from them. Like designing this would be pretty annoying, and unless like this is a serious website, I wouldn't do that personally. But there's some really cool designs that you can take from. I kind of dig this color scheme right here. And it gives you the color palette as well. Oh, that's cool. And if you click on that color, it'll give you other things that are with the same color. That's really cool. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe let's take a look at here. It's like if you're not design oriented, like me, that's where I go. I'm a terrible designer. It comes with time and practice. It's not. I don't think a lot of people just pick it up unless they've been drawing all their life. Are those free to use? Yeah. I don't think there's a paywall behind any of them. Maybe you have to shut out the creator. Need more help in that regard. Got a bit of help in the cards actually. Yeah, I think with the cards, I see. Like I don't know what to tell you because everyone likes to do different things, but you're inconsistent with colors, and I think you're consistent with fonts. Like you have black, red, green. Red is usually a bad color when you have the word buy. Green is a happier color, a better color. So green would be a good color to use on something like buy. So when I click buy, that's a good color. Make it green or make it light blue or something like that. Right? Like when you see a good button and a bad button in the movies, it's the green button's the good one and the red one's always the bad one. It's just an association that we've grown over years and years of seeing colors. So just be careful what colors you... It's not the biggest deal in the world, but just, again. I used red for buying tickets since it matches Songcake's branding. That's true. Let's see. I think you have a Songcake logo. I think the colors are a bit weird. One thing would be I like the cards. Like, I like that you have the picture and then the information on the bottom. I'm trying to think of a better way to do it. Maybe it's the rounded corners that feels weird. Rounded corners and the space in between the cards. Let's see. Let's go back onto like a Dribbble. I would look at the way they space out products like they do here. I just don't know if, can I open this up in a bigger, yeah. So look how they space out products here. Maybe think of something like that. Authors on Dribbble have copyright over their posts. Okay, but you don't have to use their posts. You just use it as inspiration for yours. They can't. You won't get in trouble if you go and replicate their CSS onto your website. Like it's. Is that Shopify? That might be for a Shopify store, but it's just a design. There's literally not even a website. It just looks like an actual design. Like someone sat there and created all these boxes and squares in some like Photoshop or Adobe program, and then exported it here. I don't think it's an actual functional website. I could be wrong, but most of the time it's not. Anyways, I think the functionality is there, and that's the important part. Like you got the important part out of the way. Now, take a bit of time and spend it on designing the website. Look a bit into colors, like colors that. Like if you put like yellow on pink, that would look really bad, right? So maybe just look at the color theory and like what colors are good to use and what colors are bad. Font sizes, maybe you could fix up a bit. Like the fonts usually at the bottom are bigger than the fonts at the top. When I went onto this page right here, like the fonts for like High Date Festival was thin and small versus the font for the cards, which is bigger and bolder. Bolder, is that a word? Has more bold. Bold is bit wider. I don't know. A bit more description of what I'm doing. There's no real like when you go onto websites like Epidemic Sounds, and I click the search bar here, it says search, music, or sound effects. It's very very obvious. But I feel like when I go onto yours, I just don't know enough of it. I don't know. This might be a personal preference. I feel like it's missing something. I'm gonna see if I can think of a better example so that I can actually give you a quality answer here. Who does this well? Let's go on to Amazon. Or actually, let's not go to Amazon. Look, you know what? So they put their search bar in the nav bar. That's a bad example. Who puts their search bar in the middle of the page? I'm trying to think of an example. I don't think I can think of an example off the top of my head. If I can, I'll get back to you. Yeah, but Google's like, you know what you're going to Google for, right? You know what you're going to Google for. When I open up Festivus, I don't know exactly what's going on here, so I want a bit more of an explanation of what I'm doing here. Like, give me a one-sentence description of this app, like Festivus, or search for new and upcoming, or some kind of description. Like, I don't know how to word it. Search for upcoming festivals in your area, or in a designated area. Yeah. And then for your highlighted festivals, can you get pictures on there maybe? Okay, let me go back. Hi, what's up, Kai? How's it going, man? I think everything just needs to be given a bit more space. The card seems very claustrophobic. Really? I think what's bothering me more is the colors. I think that's what makes it feel weird. Like they're very contrasty, but then they're not. Like white and this green, black, whatever it is, contrast well, and then the black to the background don't contrast very well. So there's no separation. It kind of feels like it blends in, if that makes sense. If you were to have like blue on top of dark blue, right? It would feel kind of weird. I'm not sure how to explain it. I think it's just this is a color thing. For rounded corners, personally, I don't like to round them much. I round them just a bit, just so the corners don't have that pointy arrow. These are personal decisions that you'd have to try around. I do like that you centered everything. I hate, again, personally, when things are to the left or to the right. I don't think they look good. It's not contrasting, yeah. So yeah, the background and the card isn't contrasting, but the font is because it's white on black. Or yeah. Powered by Songkick. Do you really need that there? Can you have maybe at the bottom of a page, like, you know how some websites do this, a footer, where they have like browse albums, latest tracks, copyright, epidemic sounds. Maybe you could put powered by Songkick down there. The Songkick API doesn't give me images. Okay, so that's fine. That's fine. What else can I think of? I think the cards feel weird as well. Maybe that's why it feels claustrophobic. Like, there's not much spacing between the letters and the text and the wall of the card, and also the cards are squished and long. Feels kind of weird. Maybe you can make them square and have like maybe you can make them square. I'm trying to think of a way of getting around the lack of images from the API. I have to think a couple of videos. I was thinking maybe just have like a list of like 10 generic festival images and just loop through those every time you create a card. But I think that would look a bit weird. I'm just happy you have the functionality. And then like the personality things is up to you. Like the colors, again, I don't think they look good. I don't think they work myself. But you might like it. Web scraping the title of the festival properly. But that's a lot of work to get a picture. If it was like an important feature, then yeah, sure. But it's just a picture. I think the cards is what I'm feeling weird about here. I just don't know what to point it at. It's the design of the card. It's the way that they're squished and long, and that there's 3 of them, and that they're on the left. I would go with 3 cards across the screen, so a 3 by X grid. I would make the cards a bit more square if possible, maybe a bit more rectangle. Sorry, a bit taller rectangle. Use that room that you have in there. Display more information if possible. You can use bold, italics, and all that. Underlined font. Oh my god, I can't speak. Scraping is considered a little unethical too. I don't know. That's up to you. Using festival poster. I don't think you need to do that. That seems like a lot of work. That's not necessary. The fact that you have a picture of an artist and the good pictures of each artist is perfect. Like, this works really well. These cards make more sense. Anything else I can point out? Yeah, this page makes a lot more sense visually to me. The spacing is a bit weird between the cards. That's why I recommended going to Dribbble and kind of seeing how they do products and items, and then repeating that here. Like e-commerce product page design. So a lot of websites do this, where they start the front of the website with like one main item that you focus, like maybe your most clicked on festival in that area or in general would be like your first thing on the front page, and then all your other festivals would be like this under it. Let's see if there's any more examples. Yeah. Anyways, I think we're good to move on to the next one. I don't know if I missed anything, if there's anything you want me to look at. The fact that I can log in, log in is great. Sorry, log in, log out is great. Is it connected to my Spotify? Like, what is it? Like, how do I... Well, what's the point of connecting my Spotify to it? Make a playlist? Okay. So, I'm going to click on Lana Del Rey. How does that make... Oh, wait, I have to add it. Shit. Follow. Alright, how do I make a playlist? Or is that a playlist? It is? No, this is great. Okay, so... I click on a festival. Oh, okay, so I was a bit confused. I clicked on a festival. Now you showed me all the people who are going to be at the festival. And then if I'm interested, I can buy a ticket. Okay. I don't know why that was so weird for me. And I can follow the festival. If I click buy tickets, it takes me to the main site. Oh, I see. Make a playlist. Oh, it's loading. Is it going to open my Spotify app? It's loading. I don't know what's happening. Do I need my Spotify to be open? It doesn't open up Spotify. Spotify doesn't need to be open. Wait, so what does it do when I click make a playlist? See, like these are. I guess this is a perfect example of someone who's using your site with zero context of what the site is. I'm not really sure what Festivus is. I'm not really sure the features of it. I'm not really sure. Like I get the idea from the surface of finding a festival in your area. So let's say click New York. Okay, that's cool. Click in there. Awesome. Now let me see about this. Give me some more description if possible. Give me all the information that's possible here in the front. And then maybe list like all the performers that will be, or yeah, all performers, something like that. And then under it, you'd have these cards. When it comes to performers, I wouldn't make the cards these big. This is a personal preference, but I don't think the cards being this big, like I think they're too big. Like the one row literally fills the screen. So you have a description, you have a follow button, a buy ticket button, a make playlist, and then the performers literally cover the whole page. And then it's going to be a lot of scrolling if it's a festival with 40 performers, right? Because you got 4 across the screen, and then you're going to have 10 rows down. And if one row or 2 rows will take a full screen, that's scrolling math 5 pages. That's scrolling 5 pages worth. It just pops in there. Wait, what do you mean it just pops in there? It pops in Spotify? Oh, I see it. Oh, that's awesome. That's actually really cool. Okay, so it actually made me... Well, so it's a bit delayed. So maybe tell me that over the button. Don't push the button to the side. Put the buttons in the middle and explain what they do. Give some context. Click... if you'd like to create a playlist based off of this event or festival, click put button and then you know what I mean? Like I feel like I have to go through a demo of your app to use it, which is a bad sign. So try and think of that in mind. Pretend like you've never used your site before. Other than that, everything works really well. Like this is really good stuff. I'm able to click on festivals, I'm able to go through festivals, I'm able to make a playlist, buy a ticket, follow it. When I go to my festivals, it's there. When it comes to navbar, I'd put things on the side you don't want to center everything in the middle. So yeah, I put it on the side. Yeah, and maybe have your name where logout is, and when you click your name, it gives you options like account information or logout or something like that. It's good to get feedback like that, because I know personally some college projects I make, and then I might say, bro, what the fuck is this? If you're not careful, you end up making a product that's easy for people who already know. Yeah, that's for me always the biggest problem. Like sometimes I'll even talk about things when I think so. Like I'll think about something and I'll talk about it, but then I'll forget the person in front of me never heard what I said in my head. Like they have zero context over the situation. So Not Hing says, from my point of view, the idea is cool with the fonts and buttons. Yeah, I think the functionality of the site is great. I think it just comes to the design in the front. The user experience is weird. The UX and the UI need work. So this is a front end situation. You got the features working. That's the big part. That's the most important part right now. Now make it fun and easy, and pretend I'm an 80-year-old boomer. Pretend your grandpa's using the site. Explain it to your grandpa, and then if you're over explaining, you can reduce from there. One of my projects I used in my applications is terrible. Oh yeah, pretend. Oh, I'm definitely a boomer, but I'm not 80-year-old boomer. I'm like millennial boomer. Okay, don't exaggerate there. I don't read at night with a night light. I don't. Yeah. I don't go out to get the mail every morning. I'm not that kind of boomer. I'm sure one of you has parents like that, or you're like that. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Alright. Jeremy's portfolio. Ooh. Okay, so right off the bat, Jeremy. Maybe you don't realize this, but it feels a little weird that the whole screen is empty, and then at the bottom there's something. I get the idea of the design you're going for, but doesn't it feel a little weird? That like the whole you have my attention the second I open the link, but there's nothing to see on the screen other than my portfolio. Like smack me in the face with the important information right off the bat. So like move this up. I get the idea of it, but it's really important. Like I have to click or scroll to get the information. It's just delaying the process. Of course, it's not a big deal for me, but I'm thinking as if I'm an angry Karen. It's late on a Monday night. I'm hungover because I partied on the weekend, and now I got to review a bunch of portfolios for a developer that we're hiring onto the team. And that's the first thing I think in my head. Oh God, I gotta scroll to get information. That's what I think. I do like this design. It's very clear. It's very so. Next, look at the contrast here. It's white on black. Weather app. It smacks me in the face. Like that's the first thing I see. Whoa! I changed. Okay, whoops. So, yeah. So you got weather app. You got a picture. When you mouse over, it zooms in. I personally hate doing this, but if you like that, that's fine. No one's gonna be like, oh, sorry, we're not hiring you. There's just personal preference. This beautifully designed weather app allows you to get the weather in your area straight from the Dark Sky API and find things you might need for the weather via an Amazon search tool. You will also see news articles pulled from the RSS feed. Okay, so I would write this as if you're selling the product, and I wouldn't explain the tech until the bottom, where I would have a line of all the text you used. Bring me in your stream and let me review some. All right. Josh wants to hop in the stream. Hello? Hey. Yeah, give me a second. I'm just going to fix the audio because you're probably super quiet. All right, can you talk for me?
What's up?
You guys hear him in chat? I'm going to send you the link of this thing I'm reviewing. This is Jeremy's portfolio site. Oh my God, Josh is an e-celeb.
Just a regular guy.
Just a guy.
I should do this. I should alternate. I should stream with you on this channel every other day that I'm not streaming on mine.
Sure.
That'd be a good idea.
Yeah, we were talking about some cool stuff earlier. Arduino ideas, and now we're doing portfolio reviews.
Sweet.
All right. You want to start?
No, go for it.
All right, I was just.
Listening before I message you.
Oh, okay. I was just saying, like, you open it up and there's absolutely nothing on the front page, except for my portfolio. Like, it's just delaying information. I was saying the description of his projects here, he should explain the project and what it does, and then at the bottom explain the tech. So he says this is a beautifully designed weather app, allows you to get weather in your area straight from the Dark Sky API. I would just say this is a weather app that gives you. One second, let me reword that. This is a weather app that gives you information about the weather in your area and directs you to items you might need depending on the weather, or something like that. And then at the bottom, I would say that it uses React, Node, Amazon Search Tool, Dark Sky API, and then list the tech on the bottom. What do you think?
Put in bold at the top where it says tech used, where it says this beautifully designed web app. I would say this, like tech used in bold, and then just have a list of all the tech. That way I don't have to click on anything. I can see exactly what you built it with right away. Also, it says this beautifully designed on both for movie info and weather app.
Can you say that again?
It says this beautifully designed X for both weather app and movie info in the description.
Oh. Yeah. You should put it on your stream too so Mike's gets attention. Nah, it's good. This channel needs as much traffic as it can get. Okay, what else? You got hosted and repo links. So I click with my mouse wheel so that it opens a new tab, but if I actually click on your links, it just takes over the actual portfolio. So make it open a new link. It's like literally one word that you add in your HTML, and it opens a new link. Like you're taking over your portfolio, and I'm gonna look through your app, and I'm gonna spend 20 minutes here, or not 20 minutes, a minute or two, and then I'm gonna jump back and realize, oh crap, I lost the website. So make it open a new link.
Oh, it redirects, yeah. Okay. The text is really tiny.
Yeah, it's too thin, no? For the contrast?
Well, I'm on a 2K monitor and I can't read it.
Let's see.
I'd make the text white because against the background you can't see it.
Wait, what text are you talking about?
For the weather app. The
Oh,
text is
on the
gray.
app itself?
Yeah, I can barely read it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's not contrasting enough.
Mm.
Well, what did I just do? Oh, okay, it's like scroll. Yeah, the colors just don't match up here.
So it's not gonna be popular opinion, but I think you should remove animations or make them super quick. Because when people are going to get a service, they want to get that service as soon as possible and not wait for your animations to load. That's just being practical. For the example of San Antonio's computer repair.
Is it at the bottom? Oh, okay, I see it, yeah. Yeah, I always say, like, think about if you're the person on the other side of this and you're in a really shitty mood. Like, you just want to know if this guy's, what's the word, qualified or not. You don't want to know about his animations and his color, like, you know what I mean? You just want to know if he could do the job. So, do that. And
just think about Facebook. When you go to Facebook, there's no animations.
Yeah.
Everything's just straight instant loading. Think about every service that you use. Reddit, no animations when you go to Reddit.
But it doesn't look like total crap, right? It still has that little bit of design to it.
Yeah, it's designed, but like there's no. It's novel. It's novel. It's fun the first time, and it's fun for you when you make it, but it's not fun to use.
Like, you ever open a game that makes you watch a video every time? How annoying is that?
3 does that.
Yeah, how annoying is that when you just want to play the game but you gotta watch a 15-second video that you can't skip?
Yeah.
This design's a little weird. On the San Antonio's computer repair, like the way he splits up the boxes. Like usually
It's
text.
mobile. Looks good.
I mean, like, usually text is good when it's in a more narrow format than across the whole screen when we're reading, and it keeps going like between narrow and wide. That's just personal preference, I guess. I don't know if anyone noticed this, but the lines actually disappear on this project list if you scroll to the bottom. Do you see that?
You gotta add that box outline there.
Mm-hmm.
That last project. That border.
I'm guessing the border is like always on the right side of a box or something like that. Sorry, on the left side of a box. So because there's no box on the right side, there's no border. So maybe make the border all the way around each box and make it half the size. I would use all this space on the first page and say my portfolio, or maybe have like a nav bar and have your name on the left, have skills, projects, and then if you want to add like experience or anything like that, and have your skills written down so that we can see what you know and then prove them with the projects. So if you know React and JavaScript, was that?
There's no link to a resume on this.
Is there not?
I don't think so.
There's GitHub.
That's not a resume.
Yeah, there is no.
So like you say, put your skills, but I wouldn't put it because it's supposed to be on your resume, and I would instead load this page directly onto the My Portfolio section.
Yeah, but I like adding the skills just because sometimes you haven't made a project on everything, or like.
Add them directly to each project underneath.
Yeah. Okay, that works.
I'm not trying to like overtalk or anything.
No, no. Keep going, dude. What are you talking about? You're good. Like that's what I would do. I personally would put my skills, because that's the first thing they want to see. Like, does this guy know React or whatever? That's what the HR manager is probably looking at. And then if they see React, they're like, okay, what projects has he made with React?
You could sort them. You could add a little filter, sort them by skill set.
That'd be cool. But how many projects would do you really have to do that? Like, I think this is enough. 5 is a good amount of projects. Just make sure you're happy with all of these. Don't stick like your shittiest project at the bottom and hope that they don't click on it, because they might. For the weather app, someone says darken the background and whiten the text. That could work too. I think the text was a bit small too. What about 3D websites like Jurassic Park? I don't know, but I mean, that's a lot of work for a portfolio site. I would just do what I showed earlier. I would go to Dribbble and just see like some designs and then just use that as inspiration for something. I see a lot of modern designs with advanced animation. Then I see a lot of modern designs with advanced animations. Then I look at nearly all successful sites that just don't. Yeah, you don't need it. You just need the important stuff. Imagine if you're selling something on your site and you have like 20 animations to go through before you hit the buy button. That'd be annoying. Think about all these sites that sell stuff. Like Amazon added like a buy now button so that you could buy directly on the page where you're looking at the item. So you don't have to go through all the pages and select your credit card and select your address and enter it in. They're trying to make the process super easy. So that's what you want to do for the HR manager or whoever's looking at your portfolio. You want to give them everything they need up front. I didn't know that it looked like that on 4K. Well, you could just control and scroll wheel, and you could just change the scale of your site, and then when you're writing your CSS, make it scale. So it always stays the same size. If you want to do that. If you want to make it change size, just take that into account. See, like, it gets super small there and super big here. So you just skip, use the right values and it'll scale properly.
Call it a day.
Was that?
Use percentages.
Yeah, I use percentages and then I got crap for it because they're like, that's not the.
Gotta use rims, Mike.
Yeah, you see, like everyone has something else you have to use. Do you think it's okay to build portfolio sites with frameworks? Yeah, why would it matter?
Yeah, can. Just don't try to use your portfolio site as a project. Like just
I did
use
that,
it
and that
to
was a
showcase your
mistake.
project. You're gonna just
Because
make
you
it.
just
Just
you
because
link
you're
back
doing-
to it.
You're not. Your portfolio is a portfolio, not a functional app.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's just a middleman to showcase your apps. Don't treat it like an app.
I just think of it as a interesting resume, like visually interesting resume. Maybe not for all the details, but you know what I
It should
mean.
just be simple so that you
Yeah.
don't waste their time.
This is good. It just needs resume. I think the descriptions need to be reworked and the tech needs to be shown. And get rid of all that white space at the top. Not white space, but empty space. All this. You know, make it start right away with the portfolios. What else?
How long have you been on this one?
Not too long, but we could switch on to the next one. What's the next thing? We got this website called the YouTube Review. I'm not sure what this is, but I'll link it to you. From Christian. Is this a blog site? Is that what it is, Christian?
Review? What?
So I'm pretty sure this is a blog site where he has a blog called YouTube Review. I'm waiting for context. What's that?
It's harsh on the eyes.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in the Matrix, like, code editor.
Black and blue, like with the shade of blue, it's real hard
Yeah.
to read.
The fonts, the sizes are all over the place, I find. And then the alignment of things are a little weird. Like you have your LinkedIn logo right under your name, or right to like the bottom of your name.
For a portfolio, what is this?
This is like a blog site.
Ooh, it has dark mode. That's a cool little feature.
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh my eyes. Also, the languages change throughout. Maybe make like a language button going between
That'd be
English and
good.
Spanish.
Yeah. Yeah, the EN/ES button.
Yeah.
Solid.
I think alignment of things are a little weird. What do you think? Like, look at like the dev under the word
Yeah,
under
it's
his
a little
name.
strange.
It's like a bit to the left, and then you got LinkedIn, GitHub, and his email, like in the middle.
Yeah, everything's offset slightly. Not aligned. We're just nitpicking design. But
Yeah.
It's gonna matter if you're gonna use it as a front-end developer.
Yeah, I just don't know what these buttons, like I don't know Spanish, so I don't know what these buttons are. I'm guessing the second one is all his blogs that are out. So he's got,
Publications.
yeah, publications, YouTube review. When you click on that, it brings up that you're looking for an internship. I'm guessing this is a blog site in development. Oh, so he has a button at the end, sobre me, and it says all the stack he's used.
Guess they about me.
Speak Spanish.
Yeah, dude. I took a couple years of Spanish in high school. I played PUBG Mobile. That's how I learned Spanish. Ayúdame, por favor. Always die.
How important do you guys think portfolios are? These kind of websites for non-front end jobs like machine learning? Probably not that important because it's you don't need that for the job you're going into. Machine learning, I doubt you'll ever touch a front end application. What do you think, Josh?
Just responding with text, but I think that you should have an example of something. Like if you're doing machine learning or AI.
Oh yeah.
You need to showcase something. Make a video showing what you can do or something. Showcase something. Like it's the design of your.
I would do that on like GitHub. I would have like YouTube links on the GitHub projects or something.
Make a portfolio, embed your YouTube videos, put timestamps below it. That would be it. That's what I'd do. Like
Yeah.
what machine learning algorithm? Like what's it doing? Is it playing Mario? All right, well, showcase a little video of it. That's what I do, I guess.
Yeah, I agree. Does anyone else send their stuff? Let me open up the email. There's so many emails right now
I know.
because you just dropped a video yesterday, so it's like one email about resume review, 10 about your video,
Not testosterone.
Someone in Discord was like, "Is Josh okay? Is everything okay?" Oh, here we got one from a CS freshman. It's a GitHub link, and he says pick a project. Alright, so there's 2 projects on here. Let me just open this up quick. Okay, so there's no actual like front end to it, so I can't do that. Can you read the YouTube review post? Did I miss something? Let me open it up. It's a little slow for some reason.
I strongly recommend to use Translate for this website. They're not gonna do that. They're not gonna do it. They're not gonna translate your website and hire you for an English job.
Yeah. It's really slow for me. I don't know about you.
Works fine.
So it must
But,
be me.
yeah.
Yeah, I
I
can't.
have not applied to any dev job yet. Don't put that. Take that up. They don't need to know that. Like, why do you have this site if you're not applying to jobs? Because when
Well,
you
yeah.
just say I'm currently looking for an internship.
What's the point of this site? That's what I'm confused about. Is it just a blog site? What are you trying to display here? Why would I why would I open this up and read through it? Like, what's the point behind it? Is this a portfolio site? I don't know if you missed it earlier, but we said like put a button to switch languages. So you have like dark mode, night mode, whatever. Maybe do another one where that blog post is only for you guys. I don't understand.
Oh, you just made it for us.
I'm currently looking for an internship. That's the main purpose of the website. Strongly recommend you translate the website. Oh, okay, I see. I'm gonna pretend like internships out there work like they work where I live, and usually they'll ask you what classes you've taken, what kind of courses you've taken, and then the projects you've done in them. And then I would add a bunch of projects that you've worked on out of school to look a bit different from every other student. Like that's what, when I was working my job, we had like a list, like a huge block of resumes on the table, and it was all college students, and some of them would have the same projects on their resumes. So make projects on your own that set you apart from every other generic college student that's taken the same exact course as you, probably in the same college as you. You know, think about it as if there's 1,000 college students going to that internship, and then how do you be that one that's different? I'm guessing for that. Sorry, what was that?
Well, I found a resume that I want you to take a look at because it's. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll link you the mail. A couple pictures. This is a very strange resume.
Should I open it off stream first?
Yeah, definitely open it off stream first.
Okay. Almost opened it on stream.
This is like.
It's not opening. It says the conversation that you requested cannot be loaded.
Did you open in the right tab? Like the right browser? Right account?
Oh, I guess not. Yeah,
you guys enjoy this stream, by the way. Do me a favor and hit the like button.
Who's it
probably
from?
Come on the stream. It's from Sandeep. I should do
Resume correction? Is that it?
Yeah.
Is this the
Yep,
email?
yep.
Yeah? Okay.
That's the one.
Alright.
It's
Oh, there's a
not-
phone number on here. Good thing I didn't open it.
There's a phone number, there's a passport number, there's a place of issue, date of birth, date of expiration, like
Oh,
wife
wow.
name, home address, workshop address. No.
That's super micromanaging.
No, somebody's gonna steal this info, dude.
I wonder if they actually need to give that in. If they need to say who you're married to and all that. Are those social security numbers next to their names? No, that's birthdays.
This is it's a passport number and a birthday. That's enough to steal someone's identification. Take that off your
Holy
resume.
moly. Wait, is
Also
it-
address and the wife's name, mother's name. Oof. And the birthday of the
Imagine going to a
mother's
job and they're like,
Oh, no.
so who are you married to? Who's your father? Who's your mother?
name. Yeah, they're not allowed to ask these questions.
But he's not in the U.S., right? Maybe it works different
No,
there.
this looks like it's from India, but It's
It's a mechanical.
this is a
Mechanic
mechanical
job.
engineering one.
Oh, okay.
That's a machinist.
Ah.
He has a objective and a professional summary. If you look at it, you're not
Yeah.
sharing it on the screen, but just like cross out all the stuff. And show
I'll
the
just
first
read
page.
through it. 1 year
You just share the
in.
screen.
Hmm.
It's not a troll, Anthony. I'm looking at it.
Sounds like it. No. This is not a troll. He has like he scanned his resume and then emailed it. It's not like on Google Drive or something. He actually like scanned like a physical paper.
Yep.
It says he's got fabrication, machining, 3 years of machining.
Just open up the little Windows Draw thing and cross out all the things and share it with.
On what? On the curriculum? Or on the resume?
First one.
On the first one? Okay.
Yeah, just
It's a lot of crossing out.
yeah, just like would show the stream. Like don't do this.
Yeah. Oh my. I'm at this point I'm crossing out the whole thing.
Too much. I don't know why you'd ever need to provide this information.
I'm not sure why he would send it to you.
What not to do? Yeah, we're not trying to roast. It's just what not to do. Yeah, I don't know. I don't live in India, but pretty sure you still don't need to do that because I've seen other Indian resumes.
Yeah, we've got a bunch. Oh my God. Okay, so I'm actually crossing out every line. Yeah, name, date of birth, contact number, email, father name, mother name, wife name, home address, workshop address. He's got work number, work email, passport number. Oh my God. All right. There you go, guys. Oh wait, no, crap. Did you see that?
Yeah, don't dox him.
No. I tried to zoom in, but the.
I know.
Alright.
I mean, we don't have. We're being nice. It's like.
No, I'm not trying to. I'm
This is
not
what
trying
we
to dox him. I'm in shock that this is real.
The worst job of censoring I've ever seen.
I tried. Okay.
I tried. Okay, well,
I don't think I needed to show it.
I don't know if this is a resume or not. Maybe it's just an ad.
That looked
detail,
like a
but
resume.
Passport T2 seems no bueno.
That's hilarious. I'm sorry. Sandeep.
All right, go to the other one.
Yeah. Wait, the other one? I closed it.
Yeah.
I had a great idea for a robot idea. I'm gonna tell you on stream for that quality reaction. Build a bunch of stuff that chat can control, either by donation or by bits or by subscribing to the channel, because all that information is publicly given, right? Or you can get it through like a YouTube API. So imagine like if you subscribe to the channel, like a dog treat is given to the dog by like a robot. Or like if you donate $10 and you say water gun, then like a physical water gun shoots me in the face. Or if I'm wearing like a TENS unit, then the TENS unit like shocks me. Fully interactive stream. Imagine engagement on that. Oh my, the curriculum is 3 pages long.
You don't need the curriculum if you have 21 years experience.
Talented machinist, more than 21 years experience setting up and operating. But is 21 years in machining a lot? Like,
Yes.
isn't that one of those industries people do it all their lives? Wouldn't that be
That's a
like,
lot.
wouldn't that be
Like,
like
so they
halfway
have-
through your career?
I'd say he's a master because they have junior, apprentice,
Mhm.
journeyman, expert, master. So 21, I'd say you're a
Journeyman?
master. Yeah, apprentice, journeyman. That's the order. Apprentice, journeyman, expert, master. For trades, that's how it goes. For software, it's a junior, mid-level, senior, CTO.
We get a reply from a doxed email from a law firm. And you get sued by Sandy. What did he ask for? He said, please check my resume. One thing I would say is if you don't need that, why is it on there? But if you need it, why do they need it? Alright, let me open up one more resume. Oh, he didn't even send a resume, he just said review my resume. Nice. Alright, sending it to you.
Okay.
This is Omar's resume. Sorry, portfolio. Why would he put the passport number on the resume? I don't know. I really doubt that they need his passport number. Maybe that's how they identify each other there, versus using the social security number. I don't know.
Okay. Take the picture off.
What picture?
Because Omar's.
Oh, the picture of his face when you scroll down?
Yeah, I mean they're gonna find it on LinkedIn, but you don't need.
Yeah.
You don't need to have it. Like it doesn't matter what you look like. It matters if you can do the job.
Like this picture could look like somebody I know that I don't like right now, and I could be like, I don't like Omar because of that. And now you
are
said,
judgmental. They're here to look at what you can do,
yeah.
not how you dress. Because none of that should matter. Like you if you're gonna be in an office, you should be like hygienic and stuff. But like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Does it work? Why do I have... Okay, so when I open it up, why do I have to click see my work to see your work? Why can't I just see your work when I open the link? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's how it should look. I would add... Okay, so you'll see the bottom left personal insurance one. I would add a border around that because it visually looks weird because the background is white and... like that project also it has a white background. You see what I'm saying?
No, where was that?
Go down to personal insurance project under the My Projects area.
Personal insurance.
It's the bottom left project.
Under construction insurance for Idaho. Yeah, I see that. Okay.
So that should have a border around it because the background of the website is white and the background of that image that he's using for this project is white.
Yeah. Again, this
Jarring.
personal opinion, I wouldn't do an animation. I don't know what I'm looking... I'm looking at 4 pictures here until I mess over, and then I'm like, oh, okay, that's what you were talking about. Like, I didn't even know what you were talking about. I would just have the text right under the picture. And then space these out a bit. It kind of looks like a Shutterstock page right now. You know what I mean? It's just 4 pictures. I would just have the text under it, and then the 2 buttons that say view site, view code. If a site is under construction, you have 2 options. One is to not say it's under construction and show up front what you have, or to not put it there at all. I wouldn't say under construction. I don't think that looks good. Also, I can't really see much. It says read more, but when I click read more, it just says that you're working on it.
I think that you should remove the articles page and the videos page. The reason that you should remove the articles page is because you're giving a lot of information about how you spend your time and what you're interested in, which again doesn't affect if you can do the job or not. Like imagine if you had an article that was about some sort of religion, but here it's about philosophy like Stoicism. Imagine if someone thinks that Stoicism is the opposite of what they believe. You have now given away that. Also, you have a picture of a marijuana field.
Does it?
And I know you live in Washington, but go to the articles.
Yeah, I don't... Oh,
The second picture.
I couldn't even tell that it is marijuana.
That says the drug model.
Yeah.
Yes, so I'll be careful with these articles pages. I'd also take videos off. They don't need to know about that, especially if you don't have anything.
That's one reason why I try not to talk too much about things I'm interested in when I interview.
Yeah.
Because I don't want them to think too much of it. Like imagine, like you said, you're into cars, right? And you're into working on cars, and they associate people who work on cars, the people that drive really fast and do dumb things. Now in your head, you're that person for them. And they think negatively of you. What's the video page? Oh, it's just saying, I have plans for YouTube content creation.
Yep.
Yeah, don't even put it there. Yeah, if you don't have anything to put there, why would you? Also, the text is a bit centered weird. Like, on the contact page, you see how it's like in the middle and towards the bottom?
Yeah.
In the interest of saving time, I have deployed my portfolio site prior to finishing. A contact form should take you literally 10 seconds. Like, we'll go right now onto NPM, right? And we're literally going to search up
Why not just
contact.
use why not just use the meta tag so that it opens someone's email?
I hate that personally.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't
everybody hates
use
it.
Windows.
You need a backend to send,
No, you don't. You literally use an NPM.
unless you want to like import form.
I've always used, like, I went on NPM and I just searched up like email form, and they've had one that like already worked, and I just did it like that. Or I just made one myself, like using some email thing without even having to use a backend. Like, just direct your email to a service that already exists. But saying, like, in the interest of saving time, that you couldn't make a contact form seems like something bad. Like, if something as small as a contact form is a time issue, then it's not too good. I'll just put your email, contact me at this email. Yeah, or just make a contact form. It shouldn't be that hard to do. You can send email on HTML. It's just you put your email, and then there's a text box, and at the bottom it says send email, and it just does it for you, and it sends it. In JS, yeah. I don't remember what it's called. There's a name for it.
Yeah, so you need something to send it, basically.
Yeah. Oh wait, I wasn't even showing the whole thing on the screen. Nice. Here, chat. This is what it looks like. So the first thing is you gotta click see my work to see his work. Brings you to the project page. He's got pictures here where you can't actually see the projects until you hover over them. Now he doesn't have.
Oh, okay. I found a big one. So when I went to your Twitter page, you have a retweet from Secular Talk, which obviously means that you are not religious, which could be a big no-no. You're giving away religious information.
I don't know why you would even have Twitter on there, to be honest.
Take this off.
Yeah.
You're sharing a bunch of political stuff. Take that off. You're sharing NBC News. Now, depending on which way you align with politics, you may not like NBC. Lots of.
It even has
Take that
football
off.
stuff on here.
Take it off.
Yeah. I would just lock your Twitter, make it personal. Same thing with Instagram.
Or just make a fake one that's professional only.
That too. Instagram seems clean. Facebook.
I don't think they
Why
do
would you
need
need
Instagram. I don't think anyone needs an Instagram or a Twitter. The only thing they need is a LinkedIn and a GitHub. Well, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't want to give them any more information than you have to. Like, you gotta play the game.
Yeah.
It's like if you got pulled over by a cop and you're just like, oh, by the way, here's all my information. Actually, I was going this speed instead of this speed, and actually, I didn't stop at the red. Like, stop talking. Just give them what they want, and that's it.
Yeah, I agree. I think a lot of people that send in their portfolios, their biggest issue is organization and prioritizing. They most of the time have all the information they need, they just don't order it right. Like, we had someone who sent in their resume their portfolio, and at the bottom was their project and skills. And everything else was on top. Education, experience, all that, and your portfolio site, which is where you're supposed to display your projects. Do you want to go over another one?
No, I'm good. I'm probably gonna hop off.
All right.
Take a break. I've been editing and stuff all day long.
Nice. Do you have a stream today or video today?
I posted a video earlier.
Oh yeah, true. All right. I'll end the stream. Seems like everyone's having a good time now.
Cool.
All right, thanks for helping.
Maybe I'll do like a camera review. Yeah. All right. See you later.
All right, bye. Might give a second chance to censor. I can't believe I did that. Bye, Josh. So you need some server to mail it unless Google... You know what? We'll look at it right now. We have a minute. Email contact box front. I'm just putting a bunch of keywords. NPM. I hella use resume layout from Grindmail. Maybe I'll get Yale to review it and see what you say. Wait, really? You like it? There's a lot of them now. There's like 4 or 5 of them. A contact form. I don't know why. Contact form NPM. You see it like this. See, literally like this. It makes a box for you. All you gotta do is like the CSS, but it gives you the functionality. I don't think you even need to connect it. I think it has its own service as well. I gotta look into it more. Let's see. Let's look at the repository quickly. Okay, it doesn't even talk about it. Not on screen. Oh, sorry. Like that. So you just you get like a module for it, and you give it the information it needs, and then it should be able to just do it off the bat. LFI has a form submitting service. That's perfect. There's host there for free. That sounds amazing. Hey, I saw my GitHub page for the stream started. Would love to have some help on how to format it. All right, let's look through it quickly. We'll do more. I didn't prepare well enough before the stream, but usually the people who are watching the stream have things to review, so it's better than just like pulling a bunch of things out of the email. The people are not the people that sent in are not watching. I'd much rather have you in the stream and just ask you questions as you're here. Which email did you send it to? Because there's 2. Your memes are so nice looked at when they're organized. Yeah, for sure. Showing your features. The one on the screen? Okay. Oh, I just saw it. Where'd it go? Oh no, what did I press? 1 second, refreshing. If you guys are enjoying, feel free to like the stream. There's 20 people in here and only 15 likes, so we're lacking on something here. There's 20 of you with functional mouses that can press that like button. No excuse. Alright, let's open this up. Alright, so I think I actually pulled this up earlier, David, but there was nothing, like, I couldn't actually open your projects or do anything, and I'm not going to run the code. When I looked through your readmes, the first thing was it's lacking information. So I think I still have the one from earlier. So here, use this as inspiration for yours. I'm gonna send in a link in chat. Use that readme as inspiration for your readme. So tell me about the project. Pretend I don't know what it is, because I actually don't, except for the fact that this one is universal truth. There's really not much about it. You say this is a simple game using Unity, which allows the player to move. Maybe you can explain a bit more. Maybe you can put a bit of picture. Sorry, maybe you can explain it a bit more. Maybe you can put a picture of it. What's an H page? Click fans to destroy them. Okay, so maybe you could do this description and stuff, but put it on GitHub. One thing that where's the link? I'm sorry, I lost it. Here. So Ali had what the device does, and he explained the device that he built, the Arduino device. Maybe you can explain the game. Maybe explain a bit of the logic of the game. You control a character, the character goes left and right, it shoots forward, if it hits something, the thing gets exploded. Explain the basics of the game, maybe, you know, like the intro to the game. Just give some context for the game. There's just not much. I have to open it and run it and figure it out, which is not the biggest deal, but yeah. I think you put GIFs or GIFs, however you want to pronounce it, in your readmes. If you can't put a YouTube video where you're playing the game, just show level 1. That'd be great. You could just explain the game, teach the game quickly in a YouTube video. Very short YouTube video. What else? You have features, dash, movement, and physics. Like, you could reorganize this, make it a bit more in detail. You could say, this is a 2D C#. This is a 2D game which allows the... In this 2D game, you control you control... I don't know what the actual thing you control is. Is it like a ball? A cursor? Click planets to buy them and start collecting? Okay, so... in this 2D game, the player controls a character that goes around buying planets and collecting resources. The goal of the game is to buy and collect as many resources as you can. The game is controlled by WASD on the keyboard. Some of the features are being able to buy planets, being able to collect resources, being able to sell planets, being able to, you know, give me some of the features there. Put some pictures in your GitHub, in your README. There's not much when I think of it. There's not too much you can actually tell about the game. But I feel like at least this you could put in there. A bit more context, pictures definitely. Don't make me like go through. Don't make me dig deep to find those pictures. Just put them right here at the front. Games are hard. Like what I did on one of my games, if I actually still have it on my GitHub. Let me just do this. Let me see if I can give you an example of what I did on one of my games. Unity games are so much fun. I'm sure you love doing it. This one right here. Okay, so I never finished this project, so I'm not going to be like, this is a README that's perfect. But this could be an example. I put a bunch of examples, video examples of the game being played and the progression of it. Right now I could tell you, this was made a long time ago, so I could tell you right away, I should have explained each piece of progression more. I should have went into detail, like this is what the first feature I built. The first feature I built was the character being able to move. Okay, they're not in order. See, that's already a problem, but this was the shooting mechanics. So you had a champion, or whatever, you could move him around the map, and you had a turret. And the turret would lock onto you and shoot after a second. So when you play the video, you can see that it shoots, and when it hits you, collision is detected, and it kills you, and you just flop on the floor. Then we got this one right here. Where the... Sorry, my phone. So then you got this video right here where you could shoot the turret and explode the turret. Right? And I should have explained the steps more, but again, this was like way before I knew what the hell I was doing. But these videos are examples of what you could do for your project. I explained a bit. A single level boss fighting 3D game made in Unity with C#. With two characters, the hero and the turret. The hero needs to eliminate the turrets and get the hostages. While auto-locking turrets need to keep them away. See, so I explained the goal of the game. I think I would rewrite this. I don't like mixing tech with descriptions. Like saying, this is a game made with Unity C#. I don't like saying that. Usually what I'll do is I'll explain it first, and then I'll say what it was made with. So I'll be like, a single level boss fighting game where a hero goes around a map saving hostages from the enemy turrets. Enemy turrets can lock onto the hero, and he has to escape them within a time limit. This game was created with Unity and C#. You see what I mean? I feel like that sounds a lot better. I put pictures though, put videos. So I think that's what you could add. What's this? Typing tutor. This is a C# typing test project using the Windows, what's it called? WPF. I can't remember what it stands for. WPF. Windows Forms, but what's exactly? Windows Presentation Found. Wait, what? Windows Present. It's not Windows Forms? Okay, I don't know what I'm talking about then. I thought it was Windows Forms. Anyways. Pictures, examples. If you don't know, there's a thing called Markdown. Or, I'm sure you know what it is, but like you do features and like Dash. Like you can make features look like this, like Typing Tutor up here. You just put hashtags in front of it. One is Forms, one is WP, very similar. Okay, wait. That's a WUP. I meant WPF. Yeah, so use some Markdown and organize this. I'm just reading through the description. Yeah, so you give the information, but you just need to organize it. Just use Markdown, or even just put enter this line. Just put a new line. I'd love to try the project, but I'm guessing because it's Windows, or not, I'm guessing because it's Windows Forms, I have to download it, and I don't want to do that. But it'd be cool to see a video of you playing it. That'd be really cool. This gives me like flashbacks for when I used to do this kind of C# stuff. I wonder if you enjoy it, or are you just doing it because I think you said you were a college student? Yeah, honestly, the best advice I can give you is, or at least from my personal perspective and opinion, is have your information where you describe the app, you try and give them context on it, and then talk about the tech. You want to talk about your features? That's great. Then explain technically how those features work. That's how I would do web apps. So I would say like, I built a login form using React and Node.js. Sorry, I built a login form where a user can... I built a login form where a user can use their email and a password to log into an account. If there's no associated account, it would give them the option of creating a new one. And then I would go after that user story on another list, and I would say the login page dash uses Node.js and has an endpoint where they can create an email or log in with their email, depending on if it exists or not. You know what I mean? Do you get what I'm saying? I'm trying to think if I have a project that I've done it that is still public. But that's how I organize things. I talk about the features, I talk about the user stories, and then I break it again into another list where I talk about the features. Anyways, I think we're gonna end the stream here, just because I have to go. Thanks. More detail, make projects openable, or show an example. I think an example of you. Sounds like you want me to sell it with a pitch. Not just say what I used. Okay, Markdown and Form. Yeah, dude, that's exactly how you should treat all your projects. Just literally sell them. Pretend I'm an investor and I'm willing to invest in your app. I don't even know what your app does, right? I mean, I do, but I'm gonna pretend like I don't even know what your app does. So like, explain it to me. Tell me what it is. Make it easy for me. Pretend I'm not technical, and my technical partner is about to be here in 10 minutes. So first explain it to me up front with no technical stuff. Just explain to me the game, how to play it, what's the goal of it, who I am, what I'm trying to do. You know, give me that information. And then after, take that and make it technical. That's how I like to do it. So like that example where I said earlier, where I talk about user stories, like a user should be able to log in or sign up for a new account. And then under that, I would say when a user logs in, when a user tries to log in, it hits the login endpoint where it checks if that email and password combination exists. If the email exists but the password is wrong, it's going to tell it your password is wrong. If that email doesn't exist, it doesn't matter if the password is right or wrong because the email doesn't exist. So return to it that it needs to sign up for a new account. You see, I just explained to you the technical side, but then I also explained to you the upfront side. Obviously, it's the login page, and everyone knows how login works. When your account doesn't work, you get an option to sign in. But being able to explain it like that, I think, is important. You don't have to be like the reason you need a login page just because you don't have to sell it like that. But you know what I mean. You give the information that I need to know to understand the topic. Pretend I'm like a super dumbass that doesn't know what a login page is. Maybe that's not the right word, but you get my point. Anyways, I appreciate all of you guys being here. I gotta go feed the doggo. It's 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. And if you guys have any questions, anything you want to ask, feel free to ask in Discord. I'm always on Discord. If you want to check out my personal channel, I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow about the same time, like 1 p.m. And we're gonna start building a project. I think we're gonna build some Arduino stuff. Maybe I could teach you guys how to do something if you guys are interested. We could build, I don't know. You press a button and it lights something up. I don't know. You guys figure it out, okay? You guys have to bring the content to me, okay? I'm just kidding. Yeah. And yeah, I don't know what else to. I feel like I always forget something before I leave the stream. But yeah, thanks for being here, and I'll see you tomorrow.